Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and to another general intuitive reading on the collective energies. To my returning subscribers, my beautiful soul family, love you guys so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your love, support, likes, shares, and comments, donations, your presence most of all. It means the absolute world to me. So grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you guys. If you're new here, my name is Kelte. I'm a multi-dimensional artist, singer, soul practitioner, and we're going to dive into the collective unconscious together, see what's rolling around in the ether, spirit. Please allow me to channel what the viewer needs to hear for their highest good and healing, and so it is. All right, spirit, what's going on? Your intuition is on point. So I feel like there's something that you've been picking up about someone around you. It's like something is slowly dawning on you, or someone is slowly getting on your nerves, or it's like something creeping up on you, somebody who crept up on you, or something is kind of dawning on you or dawning on someone, like the way that they feel about someone else or the way that you feel about this person. Your intuition is on point about this person. So I feel like right off the bat, this aspect of your soul wants you to know that something that you've been feeling about someone in your vicinity, someone that you're around, maybe something about like you're forced to be around this person, you feel like you have to be around this person, maybe you're working with this person, maybe someone new that you met through work. I'm also getting something about like Amazon or like an Amazon package, or I don't know, somebody knocking on someone's door. Now I'm getting like knocking on heaven's door. Your intuition is on point. I feel like there's something that you're sensing about this person, like a part of them that you're kind of seeing that they don't necessarily know that you see. Now I'm getting that song, I will make my way from you like flowers from a tomb while you decide who you are, and I can see right through like shadows on the moon, and it's all bad news. So someone around you is bad news? Someone around you is bad news. For some of you, I feel like you just met this person, or you don't know this person very well, or maybe this could be someone that you were in a relationship with. Past, present, future, different messages for different people. But yeah, your intuition is on point about someone, that they're bad news. There's something about someone that you don't feel good about this person. There's something about someone that you've met recently or that you've worked with recently. I don't know, there's something about like someone being pushy. They didn't lose you because you changed. They lost you because you finally saw them. They're like, I can see right through, like shadows on the moon. There could be something about this person. Somebody could be quite wealthy, different messages for different people, or there's something about like somebody else's money. Maybe something about like someone's parents' money. Yeah, energy depletion. It's like you felt drained after this interaction with this person, or I feel like maybe you've interacted with this person multiple times. Spirit, what's going on with this person? A lack of empathy. Okay, so there's somebody in your energy or that you've been interacting with. I'm getting in your vicinity, like literally, I don't know if someone's in a public place right now. There could be something about someone in your vicinity even that's watching you, watcher, someone who's kind of watching you. This person could have green eyes, or somebody has green eyes, or light eyes, or blue eyes. Time is bending. Time is bending. There's also something coming through of like a message from your future self. So a part of this reading could be actually messages from your future self about a situation that's happening right now, or a situation that happened in the past, or something that your future self wants you to know about right now. Maybe regarding your worries about something or someone or a situation that you're in or that you were in recently, or someone that you have interacted with recently, or someone that you've worked around. Getting something about like someone who is pushy. I don't know if I already said that already. Something about someone who is pushy. For someone, I'm getting that someone actually lost out on a really good opportunity to connect with someone that could have been like a good influence or just a good person in their life. But there's something about like this person's mentality, kind of how this person sees other people, or I feel like somebody looks down on others. Like this person could have a superiority complex or look down on other people, or maybe they have some sort of assumption about you or just about other people in general, or like there's something about how this person like perceives you that you're picking up on that isn't actually the truth of who you are, and you can feel the way that they kind of think about you based on how they're kind of treating you or interacting with you, or like maybe somebody treats you like you're a subordinate when you're not. Like there's something about that. Like I don't know if someone like wants to tell you what to do, but they're not your boss. It's like someone's trying to be bossy, but they're not your boss. Like somebody doesn't have the right to kind of tell you what to do or how to do something, but they're doing it because maybe somebody feels entitled to act that way, or maybe there's something about, it's coming down to like how someone kind of perceives you that's kind of not necessarily rooted in the truth of who you actually are. It's more so in some sort of way that they perceive you because of the way that they were raised, or I'm getting like something that someone's parents said to them, or how their parents kind of see people, or maybe it's a cultural thing or something like that. A lack of empathy. Somebody has a lack of empathy in general. There could have been something that this person actually said that made you feel really uncomfortable. Like somebody could have tried to kind of shame you. Could have shut you down. It's like you were kind of having a moment of like true connection or human interaction. It's like somebody tried to make you feel weird about the way that you were with another person or in some sort of interaction. It's like the way that you were. Made this person uncomfortable because of the way that they were shamed. And again, it's coming down to some sort of like way that they're kind of perceiving you. Or for someone, it could be cultural or something like that. Okay, so lack of empathy. Okay, so yeah, the 8th house. The house of sex and death. Which is so funny. Like flowers from a tomb. I will find my way from you like flowers from a tomb. While you decide who you are. So somebody's still deciding who they are, or somebody doesn't even know who they are. And it's like you're in some sort of situation where you're like, wait a second, like, I don't know, you could feel like maybe you're being kind of triggered by someone, or you're kind of assessing who you are and why you feel a certain way about someone in your energy right now, or in your life right now. There's also something coming through of like, this thought is not who I actually want to be. That thought is something that was kind of implanted within me. And I actually have the choice to choose differently and to act differently and to go in a different direction. Maybe somebody feels like somebody brings out the worst in them, like you feel like there's something about this person, there's something about the okay, we're going to get down to the bottom of this. What does the future self want? So your future self wants you to know that someone in your energy right now has a lack of empathy, and there's a reason why you felt the way that you felt around a certain person. It was your intuition picking up on what this person wasn't saying, and also like what this person was saying. There was something that this person was saying that was very revealing about who this person is. There's something about the way that this person addressed you, the way that this person chose to speak to you, that was actually very revealing. But there's also something about what this person wasn't revealing, or what this person didn't want to say, or what this person didn't want to talk about, or where, you know what I mean? There's something about that. Flying but falling. There's also something coming through of feeling like somebody was doing something on purpose to try to get a rise out of you, and there's something about that being correct. Like that you feeling that way was actually because that was the way that it was. There's something about like someone feeling like that they had the right to tell you to do something as if you were beneath them or under them. They have some sort of like hierarchy in their own mind that actually in some sort of situation like doesn't really exist. Maybe in some situation, like maybe like this person is your boss, like maybe there's something about your boss, or maybe there's something about like a coworker, like this person isn't your boss. They're trying to cause confusion. I feel like someone felt confused and overwhelmed by your frequency. Or maybe somebody in some sort of situation felt confused and overwhelmed. Maybe you felt confused and overwhelmed, but I feel like maybe also there could be somebody in your energy, or what in whatever situation this is, somebody was actually feeling confused and overwhelmed. Either by you or something else that was kind of out of their control, and then they wanted to like assume control over you or over the situation or how they felt, and how they did that was like trying to control you or trying to boss you around or trying to tell you what to do, because they were actually kind of overwhelmed by how kind of confused they felt by what was kind of opening up inside of them because of your influence or your energy, or what they were kind of being reflected back towards themselves, about themselves, like how your presence was kind of challenging this person, or this person could be going through some sort of really big ending or transformation in their life. I'm getting the cusp of something. They're on the cusp of maybe a great adventure or a great change. Also, there's something about like someone around you or in your life who kind of doesn't know what to think about you at all. It's like, you know what I mean? There's something where like you're in a completely different paradigm than this person. You and this person think completely differently about things. You have very different experiences. Maybe something about you guys is similar, or yeah, there's certain similarities, but then there's also something about like there's just a huge difference in how you kind of think about things because of certain experiences that you have had that this person has not gone through. And potentially vice versa, but there's definitely something coming through about like somebody doesn't know how to place you, or somebody feels that you came out of left field, or something kind of came out of left field. Like somebody doesn't even know what to think about something. somebody could feel like that your authenticity is kind of overwhelming. I feel like maybe this person doesn't feel like that they can be authentic. I feel like that this person thinks that they're being authentic, but they're actually not, or something like that. This person or something about that could be reflecting like maybe a past version of yourself, of how you used to be, or yeah, maybe there's something uncomfortable about how this person kind of reminds you of a past version of yourself, different messages for different people. Take everything that I say and that every human being on this planet says with a grain of salt, and you are the authority in your life. Always use your intuition. No matter what anyone says, because you are the power in and of itself. It's like somebody wanted to have power over you. Because there's something about like how this person felt, or how something that you did made this person feel, or how their response to something, their response to you, and how they felt. Like, I don't know, so this person, somebody could literally just confuse you. Or maybe there's something about like this future version of yourself, different messages all over the place as always, okay, as I'm braiding this together, as I'm braiding this reading together. Maybe you're confused about something, or like where to go, or where you're headed, or what's going to happen next, and I feel like your future self has something to say about that. Like there's a message from your future self. Your future self wants you to know that you can connect to your future self at any moment in time. And I feel like your future self wants you to know that you've already done that at many times in your life. You've already connected to your future self, maybe knowing it or not knowing it. But I feel like your future self wants you to know that it is possible, and it did happen, you know what I mean? And you can tap into this future version of yourself whenever you want, to see what you should do, or to help you get through something that you're going through now. Maybe there's something that is really confusing about some sort of energy, something or situation that you felt depleted after this situation. I'm also picking up something about like a very kind of like creepy person. I don't know what that is, but there's something, I don't know, like the way that somebody was like looking at somebody else, or the way that somebody was like looking at you. I'm also getting the song, I'm free, free falling, falling, and I'm free falling, and I'm free, free falling. Okay, so this person could be, okay, safe journey in reverse. Flying but falling is one of the cards. Free falling. Somebody is free falling. Somebody feels like they're free falling, or daughter of a narcissistic mother. So there's something about somebody that, so there's somebody in your energy. This could be a daughter of a narcissistic mother, or a son of a narcissistic mother. And there's something about that person and them having been influenced and or abused by a narcissistic mother. And maybe there's something of where you've done a lot more introspection and integration and healing in terms of the things that you went through with your family system, or your parents, or your mother, with certain patterns. Like there's something about a pattern. So maybe somebody's stuck in a pattern. There's something about scraps. So there's something about vultures. Maybe something about your future self wants you to know something about your mother. Intuition. Okay, 12th house. Finishing a long cycle. So there's something about someone in your energy, or that you've been around recently, and that person having something to do with some sort of long cycle ending. Like you kind of putting the pieces together and finally kind of figuring something out inside of yourself and how you're feeling around this person and why you feel a certain way around a certain person. Like there's a reason why you feel a certain way around this person. I feel like that's what your future self wants you to know, and just your future self wants you to remind you and to let you know that this is going to get easier and easier and easier as you continue on your journey. Safe journey, by the way. As you continue on this journey, you're going to understand why you feel a certain way around certain people, because you're kind of seeing how someone actually has a lack of empathy for others and for you. Even though maybe this person is trying to act like that they do, but they actually don't, or something like that. Understanding difficulties. So finishing a cycle about understanding difficulties, confronting fears, subconscious fears. So there's something subconsciously going on inside of you because of a person and your energy and like the way that they make you feel, and they bring out something in you. And they kind of bother you because of the way that they're treating you, maybe because of the way that they were treated and the way that you were treated. Like you were treated a certain way, so this person is treating you how you were treated in the past by somebody else, maybe a mother or a father or a sister. Definitely a sister. I am getting like mother vibes, sister vibes. Different messages for different people. There's something about, the energy of this person, like how you feel around this person. How does this person, like, I want to know, how does this person feel around the collective? Like, what's going on inside of this person? Like, why are they playing these little games? Like, I feel creation. Maybe they're triggered by your ability to create, or your ability to channel, or your ability to, your spark, your joy, your essence, your happiness. Maybe somebody is triggered and or threatened by like something that you've created, or that maybe like this person is creative and you're a creative person and this person is actually threatened by you. And it's like, why do I feel like you're picking up on how this person feels, and then you're confused as to why you're feeling a certain way, and then you're like, is that me feeling this way? Like, am I feeling this way because of how I'm feeling about this person, or am I picking up on the way that they're feeling about me? It's like, this is what I'm saying. There's some sort of this person, somebody could feel like that you're too much, or you do too much, or that's just how they feel though, because maybe they feel like they're not doing enough. And maybe this person feels like that they're not enough. So maybe there's something about somebody's mother or somebody's parent or somebody's sister made you feel like that you were too much, or that you weren't enough. Like there could be something about someone who just feels like that you're a really strong energy. There's something about your energy that triggers this person. There's something about your creative passion, your expression, your frequency, like literally just your life force. Like there's something about your ability to be able to tap into your life force energy and do the things that you do and be the person that you are. And it didn't come easy, but it's like you've always had this in you. So does every person, because everyone is everything. Everyone is God's source, creator, universe, consciousness, creator, creatrix, spirit, right? Everyone is one thing, and everyone has their own unique spark to add to the symphony of life, if they would allow themselves to connect to that spark and to release it, to express it. But there's something about your expression. There's something about your spark. I'm something about sparkles. Maybe you like sparkles, or maybe this person likes sparkles, or maybe it's like there's something about like your sparkly eyes, like how your eyes light up. I don't know if this person, it's like something about like disconnected. There's also something about like seeing someone from the past. There is literally something coming through. Like there is like something about like time travel in this reading, like literally like traveling into the future inside of your soul to connect to your future self, and then traveling into the past to try to connect to a past version of yourself. But then there's also something coming through of like someone that you used to know in elementary school, or maybe in a school that you were in before you moved. I don't know if you like somebody moved a lot in their life, or there was something where it's like you went to different schools, or someone that you used to go to school with when you were younger, or that you knew when you were younger, and how that person had light in their eyes when they were younger. And then I don't know if you've bumped into someone recently and it's like they're not there. Like somebody isn't there anymore. Like this is what I'm picking up on right now, and I'm actually gonna freaking get emotional right now. There's somebody that you bumped into at some point, past, present, and future, and maybe your future self wants you to know something about that, like something about someone who you're going to be bumping into. Maybe there's somebody from the past, your future, somebody's future self wants you to know that there's somebody from your past that you might be bumping into soon, or at some point in the near future. There's something about like a bus, or a bus stop, or a bus ride, or I'm getting, and the moon rose over an open field. Something we're all come to look for, America. Hearing that song. But anyways, yeah, so there could be something about someone who you actually bumped into or will bump into, and like seeing that they're actually really disconnected from their soul. And it's like they're not there anymore. And I don't know if there's someone in your energy, and that's kind of like, there's something about that where you might not even know this person that well. Like you could have just met them, or you could have interacted with them a few times, but I just feel like your soul and spirit wants you to know that there's something about this person that they're actually disconnected from their soul, and that's kind of what you're picking up on. And I feel like you're picking up on their energy about how they feel, and then sometimes you feel like that you get lost in that. There's something about that, just like being aware of that they're disconnected, like they're not there because somebody's been through an immense amount of trauma, and they're actually very disconnected from their own spark or the light in their eyes, or somebody had a mother with narcissistic patterns of behavior. I don't know, I feel like this person could feel trapped and just confused. This person is kind of confused and trapped, but then they try to act like that they're not confused. Somebody, or this person, could feel like somebody's always watching them, or like monitoring them, or hovering over them, or like forcing them to fly, but they feel like that they're falling. Somebody feels like that they're free falling. Like that somebody's forcing them to fly, but they're falling. Like they don't know what they're doing. Maybe somebody sees you flying or creating, and they're trying to feel like something's too much. But maybe because somebody always was there watching them and making them feel like that they were too much. Too much emotion, or too much expression, or too much to handle, you know what I mean? And to see you kind of just letting yourself be yourself, and you fought for that. You fought for the energy that you are now experiencing and living and embodying, this energy that you've cultivated through all of the things that you've done over many, many years of deep soul work, excavation, exploration. Okay, is like this energy, and it's not too much, but I feel like somebody could feel like it's too much. And like, so then the way that someone is kind of like treating you, it feels like too much, because they're kind of trying to boss you around, or trying to almost like overpower you, because they feel overpowered by how they feel around you. because you don't necessarily live by this person's, I'm getting like checklist. Does someone have like a checklist that they live by? Or like their parameters of like how they live their lives, or like they have to like color within the lines? There's something about that. There's something about like a memory when you were a kid and like somebody telling you to color in the lines and you're like, I don't even want to color in the lines, so I'm not going to, and then you getting penalized for not coloring in the lines and like saying that you were doing it wrong, and you were like, why does it even matter? Like there's something about that being like, it doesn't even matter, like this is my piece of artwork, like I don't have to color in the lines. Like even as a child you were like, no, I'm not going to color in the lines, like I'm not going to, like that's an arbitrary rule, this is art, there shouldn't be rules like this, like I'm going to express myself the way that I want to express myself. Like somebody thinks that you color outside the lines and you're like, I don't even think there are lines, like that's kind of where you're at. You're like, dude, like I don't even think that there are lines right now, like the lines are in your mind, man, like is what I'm getting. So yeah. So someone's threatened by your energy. What is this person? It's like you bring something up inside of this person subconsciously. Like there's something that is brought up inside of them. Because they've never kind of encountered many people like you with your kind of life experience or your open-mindedness, like the way that you kind of see life, like it's different than a lot of people. It makes somebody feel incomplete. Change in reverse, and they don't want to change, so somebody, it feels like incomplete. So your wholeness, so there's something about your wholeness that scares somebody because this person is disconnected from a part of themselves. So your ability to, your experience in traveling into the underworld to face yourself and to peer into the darkness of your own self and in humanity, like, right, and the world, spirit, deception. So it's almost like somebody apathy. Your wholeness scares this person, and so there's a part of them that's kind of like demonizing you. Because what is it reflecting back to this person about themselves? Like there's something that, there's a reason why you're kind of in this person's energy. Winter Woodlands, take time to honor what you feel. Self-compassion is the healing balm you desire. Self-compassion, this person lacks empathy and compassion for themselves because somebody lacks empathy for this person. So then this person was taught to not have empathy for themselves and maybe for other people. So this person, there's something about like the way that you honor how you feel, the way that you've learned to honor how you feel, the way that you've learned to honor who you are, the way that you honor them and other people, but then also you always circle back around to like honoring yourself. There's something like about your expression or just your honesty or authenticity that really triggers this person. So it's like you're there to reflect back to this person where they need to honor how they feel deep inside of themselves, that they actually cut themselves, that they, through having to survive an emotionally abusive, physically abusive, psychologically abusive, doesn't have to be all of those things, but just somebody who was abusive in some sort of way or in multiple ways, like that they had to kind of cut themselves off from how they felt to survive a situation with somebody who didn't honor how they felt or didn't attune to how they felt. And then I feel like in some sort of situation you're kind of feeling it all or something like that. You're kind of feeling, you feel like that you're feeling too much, or you're feeling something that you don't even actually feel, but then I feel like that's what your soul or your spirit or maybe your future self or an aspect, it's somebody, your future self wants you to know you're going to get really good at this. Don't worry, this is just a part of the process. Can you trust the process? Trust the process. Okay, it's your trust the journey. You're going in the right direction. I'm getting like there's nothing wrong. Like this is just like something that's going on, and this is just so that you have the awareness that this is kind of what's going to happen, is that because you have such a different way of looking at things, and because your awareness is so strong, like this is kind of the effect that you have on people. And then sometimes something runs away with itself, like you feel like it's like you're like and then you like kind of get lost in how you feel that another person is feeling or perceiving you, or all of that stuff, or like what somebody is doing to try to cause confusion. But I feel like it's because they're wanting to be seen as flying, but they actually feel like that they're falling in some sort of situation. I don't know if someone's watching you do something, or there's something about like how this person watching like how you are, but you not necessarily being aware of like how many times this person kind of like watched how you were moving around, or what you were doing, or how you were doing it, or like how you were interacting with people. And I feel like there's something that they really admire about you. There's something about the way that you hold yourself. It's like somebody knows that something isn't an act. Like something isn't an act. There's also something about the way that other people respond to you. So what is this person like not necessarily feeling? Like I don't know, there's something, so with this deception card, it's just like there's something like, what's going on here? Why am I feeling this way? Is it me? Like, is it a me thing? But then that's kind of like the mechanism of like your own self-deception when it comes to your intuition about certain people and certain things. In like in the program of like, oh, it's probably me. You know what I mean? Is it me? And then you kind of get lost in the scrutinizing yourself and trying to get down to the bottom of like, well, did I do something wrong? And it's like, no, but like you felt like you feel intuitively this way around this person, because there's something deceptive about this person. There's something, this something that boils down to control, like somebody doing something to control the situation. They have no business controlling that situation. They want to stay in control because of how you bring out something inside of them that they're not honoring how they feel inside of themselves. But because you honor how you feel and you're so honest in how you express yourself or live your life, or you just are as a person, somebody wants to try to get away from that. Somebody wants to like pin it back on you. Somebody wants to pin it back on you. Somebody wants to posture themselves as superior to you and talk down to you and tell you what to do or tell you how to be, to make them feel better because of how incomplete they feel deep inside of themselves, because of where they don't honor how they feel because somebody never honored how they felt. Trust in reverse. You don't trust this person. Maybe this person doesn't trust themselves. And I'm free falling. What's going on? Tell me more about this person, Spirit. Repetition. They could have done something numerous times, or like they keep on doing something. Somebody's knocking on a wall here in my apartment. Something about like a knock at the door. Didn't I say that? Did I say that before? A knock at the door? There's somebody knocking at someone's door or knocking on a wall right now. Somebody's trying to get in. Somebody wants to get in. Repetition. Somebody's repetitiously doing something to try to get at you. To try to get at you. Or it's like somebody feels like that your energy is knocking up against some sort of wall that they have built up. Tell me more about this person. What's going on with this person? Something about a voice. Something about your voice. Family secrets. Maybe there's something about fake support. Toxic partner. Never home. Maybe something about someone's parents who were never home. Or someone's family member who is never home. I'm getting like someone's always out golfing, or something about your voice or the way that you spoke up about something, or your ability to articulate certain things, or something that you said. Somebody could literally just be triggered by your voice or by your ability, your singing abilities, or your way of articulating things, like your speaking voice. Family secrets. So there's secrets in someone's life. Or somebody feels like that you can see their secrets, or somebody did or said something, but it was kind of fake support. This person could have an accent. So yeah, something about like cultural differences, or this person's from a different, something about a teacher. Walking on eggshells. Bad intentions. The seed bearer, the keeper of potential. Everything of the future lives within her. Oh my goodness, guys. What she holds will one day root and bloom. Guys, something that you're doing right now, or that you're holding right now, will one day root and bloom, and that's what your future self wants you to know, that you already have the seed of potential inside of you. All you have to do is water it, and if you've been watering it, just keep on watering it. No matter how long it takes. I feel like your future self wants you to know that, like, yeah, something's going to take some time, and that's okay. Something is going to take its time. That's okay. You just have to keep on showing up and watering it, tending to it, doing whatever it is that you can do. Not beating yourself up, though. What you plant now shapes all tomorrow. So something that you're planting, also like seeds. It's like, I don't know, you're planting seeds in people, and I feel like your future self wants you to know, just keep on planting seeds. That's a part of what you're here to do, is just, you know what I mean? Not control other people, not control what it is that they're doing, because that's not up to you. Like, you can't control what another person is going to do, or how they're going to receive something. It's just like, no, you're just there to plant the seed. And it's up to them to water that, right? And it's up to you to focus on your own seeds and what you need to water and what you're growing, right? And where you're going and where you want to be headed. That's what your future self wants you to know, is that you planted some sort of seed in this person. There's something that this person is disconnected from within themselves because of some sort of family secret. This person could even be maybe they feel incomplete. Like maybe they see that you have someone in your life, or maybe that you have some sort of friend or a partner or someone significant to you who's in your corner. And I don't know if this person feels like they have someone in their corner. Bad intentions. Hoovering, the sudden attempt to suck a person back into the dynamic after a break. I will find my way from you like flowers from a tomb while you decide who you are. And then somebody has like decided who they are now and wants to come back or something like that. They want to suck you back into the same old story. There could be something about that, and your future self wants you to know that this is a pivotal moment for you, because you already know the answer, that your intuition is on point, and you don't want to be walking on eggshells your whole life, because that's how somebody feels around somebody. That's how you feel around somebody. Like you're always watching your back. Like that you should be flying, but you're actually falling. Like somebody should want to help you fly, but you feel like they do these things to try to see you fall so that you can be beneath them. Right? So that you can be and feel powerless, so that this person can pretend like that they're superior to other people because of a deep-seated feeling of insecurity deep inside of themselves. So there's something about that. There's something about there's something about someone's ex planted a seed. I don't know if you planted a seed inside of this ex. So what are they realizing then? So what's blooming? Like what's going on? What's going on with this ex? This toxic partner? This person could have an accent, or they could have said that they supported you, but they didn't actually support you. So they're in their cave right now. So they're deep in something right now. They're kind of exploring parts of themselves that they'd rather not explore. There could be like multiple people in your energy right now that's kind of how they feel. Like, this is what I'm saying. Maybe somebody who you felt like that you were walking on eggshells around this person. This person is kind of like looking inward at this time. Or somebody who's been recently in your energy is kind of looking inward at this time. I'm getting like somebody, you felt really unsafe around somebody. You felt really safe. Father in reverse. Something about this person's father, or something about how their father affected them. Like somebody's kind of thinking about how their father affected them. This person in your energy to this other person, that you have this, right, that you've intuitively been picking up things about this person who's around you or in your life right now. There's something about this person's father and how their father kind of influenced them or hurt them. And it could actually be a reflection of something that you're actually working through as well. But the thing is that there's something you see more of the story than somebody actually wants to see about their own story. you see more of the story than somebody wants to see about their own story. Somebody's not ready to see something about themselves, and that's kind of what overwhelms them, is they feel that you've dealt with something very deeply inside of yourself. Okay, that you live in the cave, like you know the cave. You're like a guide through the cave. Like, this is what I'm saying. Somebody doesn't know what to do with you because somebody has not met someone like you before, and that's just the way that it is. And then you could feel like somebody feels more comfortable around somebody else, or somebody is bringing up somebody else, or somebody wants to, you know what I mean? But then it's like somebody feels a certain way about you, but it's because they've never met someone like you before who does it the way that you do it, or they've never met someone like you before that shows up the way that you do and that sees them the way that you do. I'm getting like, I'm not scared. You're scared. I'm not scared. It's like there's something about that. Somebody could have said that, like, I'm not scared. You're scared. It's like that's this person scared, but then it's like they want to make you feel scared. Like somebody wants to make you feel intimidated. Somebody wants to make you feel off kilter. Somebody wants to make you feel unsafe because of a part of them that feels unsafe. Because of the way that you kind of shake things up by being this like authentic sort of renegade energy that you are. I'm getting like it's like matriarchal or something like that, and it's like somebody is like more so like patriarchal. But then there's also something about like sides. It's not even about that. It's just like this, it's just this energy that you have learned to embody throughout your life. Somebody feels threatened by you because they feel safe around you, but then it's like there's something about that, and then you don't feel safe around this person. Because of how your safety makes them more aware of like where they don't feel safe inside of themselves and where they feel disconnected from a part of themselves. Tell me more about this person. What's going on with this person, Spirit? Clarify Father in reverse. Grief. So someone, there's a lot of suppressed emotions or repressed emotions to do with this person's father and how he actually made this person feel. Doubt and approval. It's like this person wants you to try to, somebody wants to make you like seek their approval because you don't, or something like that. Because this person seeks other people's approval or something like that, or maybe it's this person wanted your approval, but then it's almost like okay, so what else is going on with this person? So this person, incomplete, change in reverse, grief. Cave, sanctuary, father in reverse. Maybe somebody feels like that they don't have a soft place to land. Maybe they never landed, they're just free falling. Bad intentions. Tell me more about this person. Edge of the Eternal. It's like spirits bringing them closer to the edge. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet, not so far down. This person could be helpful, or like you're around someone they're trying to be helpful, or maybe they saw you as helpful. It's like, Wicked Witch. Something about like a little helper, or someone's little helper. The Helper, Enneagram Type 2. Generous, sincere, friendly, possessive, warm-hearted, helpful. So someone, you or this person, someone is helpful or wants to be seen as helpful. Wicked Witch. So somebody could be, somebody's threatened by your power. Somebody's threatened by your ability to see through them, it's like someone didn't expect that you would clock their disrespect, their manipulation, their attempt at controlling you and or the situation. Rhapsody in the Shadows, there you go. It's like so comfortable with something that someone is so uncomfortable with this thing that they felt that you saw about them. Like you're just so comfortable, you're so aware, you're so in the moment, like you were so present with this person. I feel like the way that somebody treated you was like how your father treated you, and or somebody else. So there's something going on about like there's somebody in your life who actually kind of brought out something about your father and how they treated you. Like somebody could look like your father, remind you of their father. They said something like what your father used to say that kind of, it's like there's something about what someone was doing recently that your future self wants you to know, and your past self wants you to know that this is what it always was. So your future self wants you to know that you're going to be able to know this inside and out, to the point where something is not going to bother you as much anymore, or you're going to be able to know how to deal with this when it comes up. But your past self wants you to know that some way that somebody treated you that triggered you was actually how your father used to treat you. Something is also very ironic. Forgiveness. And it's like how you kind of respond in the situation, or you shrunk around somebody. It's like how you kind of try to shrink away from someone who's trying to like dominate and or control the situation, or control you, or shrink you, or make you less than, make you feel less than, talk to you very condescendingly, like that you're less than. The way that somebody talked to you very condescendingly, like that you were less than, to make you feel less than, so that they wouldn't have to deal with the fact that they deep down inside felt less than. So literally somebody in your energy right now, and or multiple people, different messages for different people. Somebody feels less than deep down on the inside, but they do something to control the outside, or to control you, to make themselves feel superior, more powerful. Someone's bossing you around, trying to be pushy, trying to tell you what to do. They have no right to tell you what to do. I'm literally getting that somebody and or multiple people, it's like they do not have any right to tell you what to do. Somebody's in your wheelhouse. Like, it's your wheelhouse. This is your thing. Like, something is your thing. It's like somebody's trying to tell you what to do. Something like that. Like, somebody's not respecting you. Okay? This is how they actually treated somebody in a relationship. Okay? What is with these family secrets? Can we clarify family secrets? What's going on with that? Something about a family secret? Maybe your future self wants you to know. communication. Somebody wants to communicate. The way that somebody tried to weaponize guilt, trying to make you, we've got Desert Mirage here. Weapon, communication, natural causes in reverse. Wrong way in reverse, but somebody wanted to make you feel, Desert Mirage, that something wasn't real. Something about a family secret. There's something about somebody who wanted to make you feel like something never happened or something wasn't real or that you got it wrong, that you went the wrong way, but it's wrong way in reverse, weaponized. And they weaponized guilt to try to make you feel like that you were wrong for voicing the truth about something that wasn't natural, or it shouldn't be natural, or it's like somebody's like, it's only natural, and it's not. It's like something is disgusting. Communication. Something about the way that somebody communicated to you about something. Or your future self wants to know that somebody wants to come forward and communicate to you about something, try to make you feel guilty, as if something never happened. I'm getting, but you already know that, don't you? Or there's something about like stopping talking to somebody, and it's like you don't talk about something anymore because you know that somebody tries to make you feel like something never happened, like they gaslight you, like you've got it wrong, like you went the wrong way, like you know what I mean? You're in a desert and you're seeing a mirage, like you're not even seeing what you think you're seeing. You didn't even see what you thought you saw. Like that's how somebody actually talked to them, like somebody's father actually talked to them like that. Your wholeness threatens a woman in your life. And there could be, your wholeness threatens your mother. Your wholeness threatens a woman that reminds you of your mother. Something is repeating over and over again to teach you something more deeply about your own self. And something that you're actually closing out or coming closer to an understanding, and your future self wants you to know that someone with an accent or something about a teacher or something about a toxic partner or a toxic ex-partner has bad intentions in the way that they were choosing to communicate with you. They were trying to make you feel incomplete because they felt incomplete. They wanted to turn the tables around and try to seize control of the situation when they were actually meant to surrender to something. Like somebody isn't surrendering to something that they're feeling inside of themselves. And so they wanted to try to turn something around to make you feel, to posture as above you, to make you below them, to make you feel like that you are incomplete, when actually deep down inside this person feels deeply incompetent, deeply incomplete, out of their depth, drowning in grief that is unprocessed, solved, confirmation. Something about somebody that someone hired, or maybe something about like volunteering, I'm getting like a shelter, or volunteering at a shelter, or somebody did that, or what's going on with this person, Spirit? Something is just repeating so that you can learn what it is that you're learning about your own self, your soul, your past, right? Your present. Cynicism wounds will show up as a deep sense of distrust or skepticism towards others, often accompanied by feelings of disillusionment or disappointment. It may manifest as a belief that people's intentions are primarily selfish or that the world is inherently flawed, bad intentions, leading to emotional detachment, avoidance of vulnerability, and difficulty in forming close, trusting relationships. So it's like your vulnerability, your honesty, or authenticity, or your ability to be real made this person, like somebody has a cynicism wound. Maybe something about your own cynicism wound. Distrust or skepticism towards others. So like somebody felt skeptical towards you, what you could do, but then somebody also felt disarmed. Like, so somebody, like, you overrode somebody's skepticism. Or there's something about someone who's like I'm getting like certain very academic or like intellectual, like that's how they kind of see themselves. So it's like somebody's like looking down on you because that they feel that they're intellectual. Like somebody came at you as if they were better than you. They didn't come to you with an open mind. Or this didn't start off with them having an open mind towards you. They already came at you with this preconceived notion that they were better than you, or that they were above you, that they were smarter than you, because maybe somebody's parents or something about that made them feel like that they were better than other people because of their intellect or something like that. But I feel like that you actually humbled someone. It's like, but then it's like, why do I feel like this person, I don't know, I feel like somebody underestimated your intelligence. Somebody underestimated your abilities. Somebody underestimated your power. Somebody overestimated their hold of something or something like that. I feel like this person has a difficulty in forming close, trusting relationships. And maybe that's a reflection of like, maybe a part of yourself, maybe you feel like that you have, you know what I mean, because of the things that you went through. Like it's natural, it's normal to feel like cynical of other people, but I feel like, there's something about that. Maybe there's something your future self wants you to know, that you're actually healing cynicism wounds. But also, it's like about learning right now what it is that you're actually cynical about, why you're cynical about certain things and certain people because of the things that you've been through, and learning how to kind of navigate through situations that leave you feeling confused. And learning to trust your intuition above all else, and letting that be what it is, and not getting lost and trying to figure someone out when it's already like our intuition already knows. You're like, you already have something figured out, but then that's the thing, that's the pattern of trying to figure someone out. Just like that you always tried to be you always had to be hyper vigilant to try to figure out what was going on with your parents, or what was going on within your family, what was going on with your siblings. Like, I need to feel safe, so I need to like learn how to read the hieroglyphics of, you know what I mean, the people in my family, right? The hieroglyphics of their soul, so that I can frickin' understand why they're acting the way that they're acting, because I feel fucking confused. Like, I just honestly just don't fucking feel safe. Karmic blockages. Honestly, you just don't fucking feel safe around this person, around these people. And there's a reason. Because of something that where this person feels blocked, that they're not wanting to see inside of themselves, that they're not wanting to own something inside of themselves, like that you feel like you can't breathe around this person. Repeated patterns of struggle, conflict, or unhealed emotional wounds that seem to follow you from one lifetime to the next. They may manifest as recurring challenges in relationships, career, or personal growth, where it feels like you're caught in a cycle that you can't break. But this is what I'm saying, is that I feel like there's something about like other people's cynicism wounds, like other people's beliefs because of the things that they went through, and not getting caught in something that maybe you used to get caught into. Like, not everyone has bad intentions. So it literally boils down to your ability to trust yourself and your intuition, which is easier said than done, of course, because of the way that you were forced to disconnect from your intuition, to almost be in denial of what was happening, to survive what was happening, because it was too painful for that child self to really deal with what was happening, or to face it, right? So that an aspect of yourself had to kind of like disconnect to sort of live in a state of denial of like who someone was and how they really treated you, because it was too painful. The truth was extremely painful. Like, the truth was always there. It's not that you never felt it. It's just, you know what I mean? There's something about that. There's something about that. So somebody could be very cynical towards you or what you do, and there's something about like your authenticity and the truth of like your true character that kind of shocked this person. Conditional love wound, conditional love. It's almost like somebody's like, this person can't be that loving, there's got to be an angle, but it's like you've already worked out some sort of, it's like you've worked out angles inside of yourself I'm getting what's it called, neurographic art. You soften the angles to create the space to surrender to the pain that was inflicted upon you by someone who was always coming at you with an angle, and not just to love you. They were coming at you to control you, to create that conflict. They couldn't hold space to be able to show you how to love yourself, or to give you the love that you needed, to give you the protection and the safety that you needed. There's something your future self wants you to know, that you're giving yourself the space at this time, and recently, and moving forward. You're actually, for the first time in a long time, at a deeper place than you've ever been at within yourself, giving yourself the space to surrender to a new way of being. Because of how much you're learning how to trust yourself and your own intuition. Because there's a few people in your energy right now that it is confusing, and it's confusing for a reason. Like, these people are confused. They're confused at how you make them feel, and then you're sitting there and you're like, am I confused? And then there's a deep part of you and your future self, and one of your past selves, like a part of your past self too, that's like, dude, we've already been in this situation before. You already know what this is. You know what it is, but then you're confused about it because that was like the default way of like, well, okay, let's see here. Sorry, my storage was full, so I just had to delete some things so that I could keep on recording this reading and finish the end of this reading. Confused. So yeah, confused. So the confusion like almost feels comfortable too at a certain point. Abandonment wounds, confusion to buffer almost the full impact of the abandonment wound will show up as a deep fear of being left behind, rejected, or unloved, often triggering feelings of insecurity and loneliness. They may manifest as clinginess, difficulty trusting others, again, trusting others. But it's like this thing, it's like, But yeah, you don't trust this person though, that's the thing. And I feel like your future self wants you to trust that. Trust that. And I know things are confusing right now, or they have been. Pushing people away before they have a chance to leave, stemming from past experiences of neglect, loss, or emotional withdrawal. Maybe that's something about a toxic partner, or an ex-partner, or somebody who was dealing with those patterns, right? Those traumatic experiences that they went through that created those patterns, and how they treated you, or how they treat other people, or how they treat themselves. Something about someone who pushed you away and then blamed you for leaving. They abandoned you by the way that they discarded you. but then like blaming you for the way that you responded to, it's like somebody wanted you to react to how they treated you. Like, so somebody sabotaged something because of how out of control they felt inside of themselves, the grief that they felt about something to do with their father and something to do with your father, or something they were picking up about something to do with your father. Maybe you wanted to talk to somebody about something that happened with your father, or something that happened because of your father, or somebody's father's influence, or a stepfather, or a caregiver, or something like that, or an authority figure, or like a male authority figure in someone's life, or a controlling energy in your life, like the way that something happened, or something about something that happened because of, father figure. I can be your father figure, put your tiny hands in mine. I can be your teacher, preacher, for the end of time. I don't know if that's the actual lyrics. Something about someone who hasn't made some sort of change, like someone still feels incomplete, but they're kind of like sitting in their cave, but they don't know what to do. Like they don't know how to read the hieroglyphics on the wall. They don't know how to read their own hieroglyphics on the wall. They're just like sitting there in their cave, like looking at the cave wall and looking what you kind of wrote on this wall. Or there's something about that, like cave drawings or signs, like something that you left behind, like something that you left behind, like an imprint of your hand in someone's cave on the wall, in the cave wall. Like somebody, it's like you left an imprint inside of someone, like you've left an imprint inside of someone. And it's something to do with someone is feeling grief. This could even be someone's father. This could be, or someone that you have kids with. Or someone could be on the edge of a breakthrough in concerns with their father, something that happened because of their father, what their father did or didn't do, and the abandonment that ensued because of that, or because of someone. Something about your own feeling of incompleteness, I feel. Your future self wants you to know that you're going through a radical transformation at this time in terms of your own personal power and your development as a human being. Don't doubt yourself. I feel like your future self wants you to know, don't doubt what yourself. Please don't doubt what you're feeling about this person or about these people. Please don't do that thing where you kind of take ownership for something that isn't yours to take ownership for. It's someone else, and like you're picking up on like how someone else is feeling and trying to make it your fault, the way that trying to make something your fault as if it's like the reason is like the reason why someone is treating you a certain way is because of you, or some sort of situation. It's like your fault, when no, like something is happening. I'm getting like organically. Because of how someone is being brought back in time to how they felt at a certain point in their life. You could remind somebody something about religious trauma. You could remind somebody of someone else despair. Like you're bringing someone back in time because you're a soul traveler. You travel back in time. You connect with the past, present, and future, because you connect with you are open to connecting with these different aspects of yourself. Control wound. Overpowering need to control circumstances or people. Like someone has an overpowering need to control you, to control the circumstances, to control other people, to pull people's strings, to try to remain in control. Often stemming from a deep fear of unpredictability or vulnerability. Like you make someone feel vulnerable because you're you. Like it's like, I don't know, like getting a read on someone. But then it's like, this is the thing, you're looking into someone's eyes or you're noticing something where it's like this person isn't even there. Like it's confusing, like something feels confusing to you, but this is what I'm saying, you're tapping into the energy of this person though too, because they actually, a part of them are confused. There's something going on. So it's like, this is what your future self wants you to know, that this is just all a part of the process of you figuring out what's even going on or how to do what you're doing or how to kind of expand the abilities that you already have. It's always been confusing because you were made to feel like seeing the truth, speaking the truth, feeling the truth wasn't even real in the first place. And so it's like you're unpacking a lot right now. I feel like a lot of that had to do with someone's father. There's a lot of freaking, I don't know, there's something about somebody could be going on some sort of a vision quest, or somebody's going to be having a good cry or some sort of journey, maybe a plant medicine journey or a meditation, sound journey, something like that, or something is just going to organically happen all on its own where somebody's going to have a good cry or tap into that grief, tap into some sort of grief. I'm also hearing that one song, it's like, big boys don't cry. Big boys don't cry. Heart chakra in reverse. Fear of the future. So confirmation, something about your future self wants to, okay, so something about your fear of the future. Spirit, what is the collective's future self want them to know about the future and their fear of the future? So something about a fear of the future. Spirit, clarity. So your future self wants to give you clarity on this fear of the future. Okay, clarify clarity, Spirit. Clarify clarity. Perception. Discernment in reverse, perception, clarity, the future, fear of the future. So your future self wants you to know that your fear of future, this deep-seated fear of the future, has something to do with the way that your discernment was, that you were made to question your own discernment and your own intuitive knowing about people. And this is what I'm saying, because I'm getting something about like, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, or something like that. Hear no evil, or see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, or something like that. Discernment. So like, you were made to question your own discernment, and it led to you never feeling safe because you didn't know if you could trust yourself or not, because somebody undermined your own trust in your own self. But your future self wants you to know that you are seeing something clearly. You have clarity in a situation and perception. And it's good to question your own perception. Like, you're a very open-minded person and you love to like question yourself and question everything that you see, and like, and that's a part of like who you are, is that you kind of like take in a lot of information from a lot of different sources, and it's like something always kind of feels open-ended in a certain way, because you're just that open-minded, where you're just like, I don't want to make judgments about people, like as if that's bad, but it's like there's something of like, your future self wants you to know that your discernment is on point about certain people that you've been around recently, that you are perceiving things clearly. And somebody doesn't like that, or these people or certain person doesn't like that you see that. There could be even somebody in your energy that you're either opening up to, or this person's going to open up to you about somebody maybe that you both know, and it's almost like they're going to bring more clarity into the situation, actually affirm your discernment. That it's like, why do I feel like you're questioning your own discernment? That's really what I feel, because I feel like you were always made to question yourself, because someone was always trying to control what it was that you were always discerning. There's somebody who's always had their hands in your cave, like tinkering with the hieroglyphics on the wall, trying to tell you that it wasn't what you, it's like you always had this ability to read these ancient hieroglyphics. You had, or you have, like somebody literally does like read, I don't know who that is, but somebody really does, like somebody could be like an Egyptologist or something like that. But it's like, I don't know, you have this ancient ability to like read people. Also, somebody's claiming to be able to do something, and it's like, no. Somebody's wanting to like be you or something like that. Or somebody wants to, again, like switch the power dynamic because of how powerless that you made them feel. Because of how disconnected they are to their true selves. And the way that you kind of read someone and you saw right through someone made them feel extremely uncomfortable. And it's not just happening with one person, it's happening with multiple people. But that's kind of like what you're kind of meant to do as a person, because you do that. Everything is you, everything is one thing. There's also something about, like, I don't know, like seeing certain things online and then seeing how like people are trying to demonize others to try to maintain and control because of, you know what I mean? It's like something about like that, where they're trying to like maybe there's something about I don't know, there's something about somebody doing something online or doing something on TikTok, and it's like, it's just projection or something like that. Like, it's just, it's like there's something of like, it's like all this back and forth, and it's just like everything is one thing. But somebody is wanting to like control the narrative of someone else instead of looking inside of themselves. And it's like you can see through something to the point where something doesn't matter anymore. It's like all this stuff about like, okay, well, this person has like an entity attachment, or this person has a demon. It's like everyone is everything. So the demons are inside of each and every single person. The angels are in part of each of every single person. Everything is everything. So what, you know what I mean? Why is it bothering someone? Why is someone reacting to something? Because somebody wants something to go a certain way, or for people to think a certain way about another person or about another group of people. It's like someone wants to like other people, when it's like, instead of getting to the bottom of like something, instead of actually getting to the bottom of something inside of themselves. So like clarity on something. So your future self wants you to know that your discernment has kind of been challenged lately. Seeing how much people can be swept away with certain things that are disempowering and division, like division and disempowerment and fear mongering, when it's all about learning how to tap into the power inside of yourself, that you are the power in and of yourself, and that everyone is everything, having their different experience, right? Their unique experience of their unique point of awareness. It's like, I don't know, I'm getting like somebody wants to battle with someone. Confirmation verb. It's like somebody wants to battle, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, because somebody is actually fragmented, but then it's like someone's pointing out and saying that person is fragmented or something like that. It's like that person, it's like there's something about that, but then it's like, what is that representing back to that other person though? Like, why is somebody trying to say that this person has like a demonic entity attachment? But then it's like the reason why somebody is saying, it's like the reason why somebody is doing something or saying that, it's like even labeling it that, like as if they're like above that, when it's like everyone has their own shadow. It's just so interesting. It's just like perplexing, and it's like somebody trying to police like what is real and what is not. You know what I mean? Somebody's trying to control, somebody's got their hand in something, trying to control what someone is, or how someone sees who someone is, or how you see yourself. You know what I mean? Because they fear being seen. Because somebody fears being seen. Because that's what they want to do, is try to control something outside themselves instead of go inside their own cave and deal with their own grief and something to do with their own father wound or a patriarchal wound inside of themselves. It's like, that's why someone is responding to you the way that they are, is because you kind of aren't ascribing to something that they feel that they kind of have to, just to remain safe. When it's like somebody is actually not being safe. So something that your future self wants you to know, that something is balancing out. Some sort of pattern, or a pattern that you've been experiencing. There's a revolutionary change happening to do with. And something that you don't expect. Like there's something going to, your future self wants you to know that something revolutionary is going to happen that you don't expect. Rediscovery. Something that you're meant to do, that you're rediscovering that you're meant to do, or you rediscovering how to do it, or how to be that thing. Or it's like you're meant to rediscover how to read your own soul hieroglyphics, because like you were born with the ability to do something that you were meant to do, but then people try to make you confused as to what you were seeing, or what you were reading, or what you were deciphering, what you were understanding, overstanding. getting like you don't even know how good it's gonna get. I don't know, that because the pattern of thought is like not expecting much, or somebody making you feel like that you couldn't expect anything, or that you shouldn't expect anything of yourself, or that this person didn't have like many expectations for you. It's like that what this person expected of you wasn't even you. It was like who they needed you to be so that they could feel better than you. So it's like there's something your future self wants you to know. Something about this person that you've been around. What does their future self want the collective to know about this person? What does the collective's future self want to know, or want the collective to know about this person that they've been dealing with? Self-worth. So there's something to do with like your own self-worth, but then also like how this person is treating you is because of their own lack of self-worth, but it's coming out sideways. So they have like a inflated sense of self-worth, but it's not actually real or something like that. It's like, but deep down inside, they're disconnected from their own sense of self-worth. So maybe they feel like they're only worth something if they're a certain way, and it's like they wanted to control the situation, or to control you to feel worthy in a situation, or to feel better than, or to feel powerful within a situation. Something about, so your future self wants you to know that something is, a revolutionary change is happening in your own sense of self-worth. You're going to start to see yourself more clearly, and you're starting to have a perception shift. It's something that has seemed really complicated, or something that you've been navigating that has been really complicated for you to overcome, or to understand, to figure out, is going to become more simple. Like something, it's like, this is what I'm saying, it's like you're decoding these hieroglyphics, and it's like you were taught how to not be able to read them when you were always able to fucking read them. This is what I'm saying. It only seems complicated because it's like, why you have to go make things so complicated? See the way you're acting like you're somebody else makes me frustrated. Life's like this, you fall and you bend and you break and you take and you turn it into honesty and promise me you're never gonna leave me. What is it? Never gonna remember, no. I like you the way you are when you're me. So yeah, complicated in reverse. So something was made, like, it was all like fucking discombobulated and like left in your own cave on your own, like not knowing what the fuck to do with this imprint that somebody left inside of you. When it's like something is going to, your future self wants you to know that like your understanding of something, or your awareness of something in the moment, it's like it's going to become more and more less complicated, uncomplicated. It's going to be very uncomplicated in how you kind of deal with certain things. Yes, it was complicated. We're affirming and validating, okay, the fact that you were left extremely confused throughout your life because of the way that you were abandoned, and that you were forced to abandon your part of yourself because of another person who was trying to make you confused on purpose, to make you question your own discernment so that you wouldn't discern what the fuck somebody was always up to and how they really were, to keep you under control so that they could have you under control. So this is what I'm saying. You've been in a situation where you discerned exactly what was going on and what somebody was doing, and then you clocked the way that they were trying to control the narrative and to control you and to control how you felt, and so that they could somehow try to control how they felt inside by controlling you and controlling someone on the outside of themselves, while their freaking emotional state deep down inside themselves is like a raging inferno. So something is going to become less complicated. you're gonna, like, I don't know, something has been so complicated for you to try to figure out something, maybe you even yourself, like how to figure out yourself and how you really feel, like always feeling confused, like is it me, is it them? And it's like, because like that confusion and that self-doubt, like your future self doesn't want you to doubt yourself, but it's really grappling with the doubt that you were made to feel of your own experiences and your own perception when you actually saw things clearly, but then somebody came in and made you question your own discernment. I feel like someone's mother made you question your own discernment about a father as well. There's somebody like I don't know, who like touched their, I don't know, like their chin on their hand or something like that, or like there's something about somebody kind of like really dark poofy hair, or something about like poofy hair or red hair. Or maybe even there's something about somebody in your energy who actually lacks discernment about somebody else, that like that creepy energy or something like that predatory, like I don't know, there's something about that, and then it's like maybe that's frustrating you because you feel like somebody isn't kind of clocking what you're clocking. And I just feel like your future self wants you to know that your intuition is on point about that predatory person that you feel like that you've encountered lately, and the way that they were and what you were picking up intuitively, but then you kind of question your own self because you're like, am I projecting, or like am I reading into something that isn't there, or is that what it was? And I feel like it was what that was. Can we get some clarity on that? Obedience. And then something about a blindfold. So someone is just kind of like performing what they feel that they need to perform to stay safe around somebody who you know isn't safe. And maybe that's a reflection of something that you've actually dealt with lately. So it's all, see how it's all reflections of everything that is, because you are everything that is. See how it's like not necessary to demonize everything and everyone, you know what I mean? Because it's like people demonize something because of where they're uncomfortable with something in themselves, or something in their past, or something that they went through, or something that was done to them, something that they're uncomfortable dealing with inside themselves or facing. And so it's like there's something about that where it's like somebody is doing something, or there's something about like going, like feeling like you had to act a certain way around somebody because of how you felt unsafe around this person, and maybe you're kind of perceiving that outside of you, somebody else kind of acting a certain way around somebody, and you can clock the energy for what is. You clearly see what's going on, but then you question your own discernment of what's happening, because that's the way that you were programmed to question yourself, the way that other people questioned you and gaslit you as, and oh really, I don't really see it that way. Are you sure that you feel that way? Are you sure that you feel anxious? Oh, I don't know why there would be any need for you to feel anxious. I don't know why you would feel suicidal. I don't know why you would feel that way. I don't think that there's any reason why you would feel depressed or anxious or suicidal. I don't think that anything ever happened to you. Yeah, congratulations that you've seen, right? Congratulations. Your future self wants you to know that there's things that your future wants you to know. Congratulations, because you're at a really big pivotal moment in your life right now. Something choices in reverse. Clarify choices. Beauty. Maybe there's something where it's like you actually have a choice in how you want to, something about a choice, beauty in the choices. Maybe you feel like that you have no choice, or maybe you feel like it's like you're finally facing something and it's kind of like leading up to this moment that you were meant to kind of face this, like you have no choice but to face this, the beauty in the shadows, right? It's like there's something about like someone trying to make something so complicated, but it's to distract them from like what they actually feel, or something like that, or what's actually going on, like the actual like truth. All of these distractions to lead us away down these paths, away from the true power inside of ourselves, right? The only real power of choice that we really have is the choice of who we want to be and how we want to be. and how we are going to feel or react or act, you know what I mean? We can't really always control how we're going to feel about what someone is going to do, but we can kind of feel how we want to act based on how we feel, or like what we've experienced, or what our soul wants us to do. Honesty in reverse. So it's like you're perceiving where someone isn't loving themselves or another person, or being honest with themselves or another person. Deceit, confirmation, message in reverse, deceit. So someone isn't getting the message, or someone deceitful, something deceitful, this message. A reminder of someone's deceitful message, like the messaging that you received as a child, or the messaging that you received throughout your life from this person was deceitful messaging. Subliminal programming. So the messaging, deceit. Can we tell me about this person, Spirit? What's going on with this person? Success. So your future, congratulations, success. So your future self wants you to know that you're headed towards success, that you're at this pivotal moment in your life. Confirmation. But somebody has bad intentions or bad advice or something like that, or somebody with a lot of tumultuous emotions that they kind of stuff down. Some sort of seed that you planted is, what's going on? There's something about like a toxic partner, or I don't even like the word toxic. Just like I don't like the word chosen one. Just like I don't like a lot of words that people use, right? But there's something about like an ex who maybe hasn't changed that much. Maybe it's like somebody's grappling with their own bad intentions that they kind of denied that they had towards you, or that they kind of like, it's something, decision that they made, like the intentions behind what they did, they kind of denied that they did that. Something is like patiently been, this awareness has been like some sort of seed has been patiently waiting. New beginning. So somebody thinks that they're going to experience some sort of new beginning, or maybe they want a new beginning with you, or like there's something. I feel like even maybe this person, like there's different messages for different people, but somebody. Something unexpected is going to happen that this person doesn't anticipate, that is a part of their own experience, that their own self is giving them in order for them to see something about themselves that they haven't seen yet. And you see that about this person, they're going to have a decision to make. I don't know, there's something about someone making a decision right now, like, should I go there, or should I do that, or what should I do? Like, somebody is about, or you are about to make a certain decision that's going to lead you to a lot of stability and success. And it's something about, like, something that's felt so complicated. It's like bringing it back to basics. It's like tune up, right? Tap in, take off. So something is going to take off. So your future self wants you to know that something is going to take off. Success is coming in. It's going to come in. You just have to, it's like you've just been really learning about your own discernment and how to trust your own perception. Because yes, your perception is different than other people, but it's meant to be different because you're meant to be able to, confirmation Bert, read the world around you that is you in the way that you were meant to interpret it in order to decipher the hidden meaning behind certain things that are happening and certain things that you're seeing, certain things that you're picking up on, certain things that are being shown to you to see to see so that you can see the beauty in what's unfolding all around you, even if it's not something that you can control. Not your circus, not your monkeys. There's something, I don't know, there's something like that. It's like, not your circus, not your monkeys. Don't get swept away in what everybody else is saying or wanting you to believe. Wanting you to fall into their own misery or their own perception that is actually clouded by something that they're actually disconnected from, that they're running away from, or that they don't want to feel, that they haven't yet healed, that they haven't yet faced inside of themselves. So someone's running away with something, and it's actually them running away from something that wants to be integrated so that they can ground into their reality. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're kind of grounding into your own reality, into your own experience, and figuring out what you want to create, what you want to water. What thoughts do you want to water? What intentions do you want to water? Because if somebody else has bad intentions for something that they're doing, you know what I mean? Something that they did or something that they said, you know what I mean? But they're not even aware of it in and of themselves because they don't, that's the reason why they're kind of doing it, is because they're not wanting to see something inside of themselves. And it's like, it is that simple, but then it's like, then you get confused. It's like somebody's making something so complicated and it's just so simple. But then that's the thing also, is that, like, seeing, you know what I mean? How someone made it complicated and why. I don't even know. Your future self wants you to know that you are headed towards experiencing life in a way that you have always wanted to experience your life, like with the stability that you always wanted, the safety that you always craved. By giving that to yourself, by being able to identify and believe yourself when you're discerning that something isn't safe and someone isn't safe, and that you don't want to be around that person and you don't feel okay around that person, and not guilting yourself or shoulding all over yourself that you should do this or you should do that, or you have to like tap dance to get someone's approval for the way that you feel scrutinized by someone who's literally like coming into your energy to scrutinize you so as to not have to look at themselves, essentially. So yeah, there's something about like a decision that, I don't know if you feel indecisive about a decision. Or it's like somebody wants to do something to try to gain their independence, or Your future self wants you to know that this is all a part of everything that you've been facing, has been a part of you finding your own mental strength and awakening to your own power within. Okay, and healing a lack of stability, a lack of security, a lack of independence. You're going to be independent. Maybe you already are, but there's something about, somebody has like a Bichon, like the dog, that dog, something about those dogs randomly. Maybe something about like a future pet or something like that. Maybe it's like you're like, will I ever have the pet that I want to have, or will I ever have the house that I want to have? Can we get something about that? I feel like your future self wants you to know that it's like, please trust in the future that you're building by focusing on trusting your own discernment and how you feel around certain people. Please trust the ideas that you're having. Your future self wants you to know you are being released from certain patterns. You're releasing yourself from certain patterns, from mental patterns of how you think about yourself. Maybe even something about your beauty, success in certain things that you've changed about your routine, or your routines, or how you take care of yourself. Your future self wants you to know that you are going to have success with some sort of change that you're making or that you've made. Like, keep on being consistent with those changes, or with this new routine that you're creating for yourself, or in the ways that you feel like you want to change up your routine. Confirmation, Bert. I'm getting like you're not wrong for wanting the stability, or like, I don't know, somebody made you feel like you were wrong for like wanting better for yourself, or like something about your relationship to finances is changing. Yeah, and your future self wants you to know that you are headed towards receiving the life that you always deserved, because of the work that you've been doing to face these patterns inside of yourself and overcome the want to run away from parts of yourself. Freeing yourself from self-doubt in the fact that you can see through people's smoke screens, and you can see into the heart of what they're kind of hiding from themselves, because you don't really hide from yourself. This is what I'm saying. It's like, you can understand why people want to run away from themselves, because you understand about yourself. Hey, Luna. Love you, baby. Can I get any more information about this person? Trust in reverse. Maybe it's like something about somebody who doesn't trust you, but they don't trust anyone. Annoyance in reverse. I don't feel like this. I don't know if you felt like somebody was annoyed about something that you did or said. I don't think they were annoyed. Mystery in reverse. They just didn't like that. They felt like that you could read them so much or so well. Unsupported in reverse. Somebody's just like skeptical of who you are. They don't believe in you. Like they don't understand how you're not ashamed of certain things. This person carries a lot of shame. Don't doubt your worth. Your future self wants you to not to doubt your worth and not to... Your future self wants you to know that there's something that you don't have to feel ashamed of. And that's something that you don't have to, or that you won't regret, or that you don't have to regret. Something that you've done because you had to do something. You did something from the soul to stand up for your worth. Success. Your future self wants you to know that the way that you've worked on, you've successfully broke through something. Okay, your future self wants you to know that you are going to thrive. You are headed towards thriving. You not neglecting yourself, and when you feel overwhelmed, you listening to yourself when you feel overwhelmed, you listening to those cues, in discerning your own body and like flowing with your own process. Like your future self wants you to know that you're headed towards success. You are going to start, your future self wants you to know that you have already seen this, but it's going to be more and more like your life reflecting back to you how awesome you are, reflecting back to you your own success, like how successful you are. It's like your whole world is going to change. Shame in reverse. You not ashamed of being yourself. Like somebody's shame was brought out because of what you reflected back to them about themselves, where they feel ashamed, disapproval, discouraged. Someone feels discouraged around you, or this person felt discouraged. And then they kind of wanted to make you feel rejected because they feel envious of you. That's what's going on. Somebody feels discouraged about your wholeness and your power, and where they feel disconnected from their own power deep inside of themselves. They're actually controlled by shame. Someone else's shame that was projected onto them, thrown onto them, that somebody uses shame to control this person. And to see you uprooted your shame, you transmuted your shame, you alchemized your shame, you continue to do that. But then it's like you get triggered sometimes when people try to fling their shame on you. Like that's what somebody's trying to fling their shame and or disapproval and or try to control how you kind of feel about yourself as if you're less than. Like they're trying to act like that you're less than. They're trying to treat you like that you're less than. So they want you to reject yourself, or somebody wants you to be envious of them. Somebody wants you, or thinks that it's like somebody wants you to be envious of them, or thought that you would be envious of them, but you're not, or something like that. And then that spun somebody for a loop, because like to see you just comfortable with yourself, not playing the game that they want to play. This person's actually secretly deeply envious of you, but they're like, they don't want to be, or I don't even know. Somebody's discouraged because of the block that they feel in their life. This person could be alienated from other people, or this person's parents alienates them from other people. Maybe there's something about like this person like doesn't like that you aren't a people pleaser, or didn't do what they wanted you to do. They wanted you to fawn, but you're not. Or maybe you started to, and then you got mad at yourself because you felt yourself get triggered in that way. Guilt, and then you feel guilty that you like betrayed yourself or abandoned yourself in the moment, but then it's like forgiving yourself because you see what the pattern is. That's how somebody always treated you. They neglected you and how you felt. Because they just wanted to control you because of what you brought out in them that they actually neglect of how they feel. So you reflected back to this person everything that they kind of locked out blocked out, what they neglect inside of themselves, which is why they wanted to control you and how you felt, so you would feel skeptical of your own beauty and your own innocence and your own goodness, so that you would like see yourself as how they see themselves. So it's like somebody's envious of your success, or somebody is envious of your beauty, worth. It's like your sense of self-worth, maybe confusion. It's like somebody's confused, like how you love yourself the way that you do, or something like that. Or like why you make them feel the way that you make them feel, neglect. Because it's because of where they neglect something inside of themselves. Reflection, confirmation. What is this person shocked about? What is this person shocked about, Spirit? What is this person shocked about? You shock this person because you're just living in a different paradigm and they don't understand it. Yeah, they emotionally repress and you don't, and then they like get offended by, they try to demonize something about you because, and this could remind you of something to do with an inner teenager moment, or something that happened in your teenagerhood, something with your father, how your father treated you when you were a teenager. Solar plexus trying to take away your power. Take somebody's power away, creative blockage. Your future self wants you to know that you're healing something really deep inside of yourself, in your solar plexus, your power, that is directly linked to your creativity, and it's already happening. And that's why there are people who are having such responses around you, because they're actually blocked. Their own creative power is blocked. Or maybe there's somebody reflecting back to you something about power, and maybe their power is completely unblocked. Abandonment, yeah. Inner peace obstruction in reverse. Inner child. Gaslighting, wound, confirmation, imposter syndrome. Your future self wants you to know that you are no longer going to feel like an imposter in the future. That you're going to learn how to deal with sensitivity overload, being lost in everyone else's perceptions and everyone else's stories, everyone else's beliefs, the lies that they tell themselves to avoid the truth of who they are, what's going on inside them, why something is reflecting back something to them, right? Is indicative of something inside of themselves, like, right? The stories that people will tell to kind of try to control the narrative. Confirmation control wound, right? Your future self wants you to know that in the future you're not going to be you're kind of figuring out why you fear being perceived sometimes. Because what you really feared was people not actually seeing you, was people projecting onto you what you weren't. But the more clear you get to who it is that you actually are, what your intentions really are, that your intentions are true, that your intentions are good, that your intentions are where they're at, right? Where it's at. Your intentions are where it's at. It's meant to be, right? You're clear on your own intentions, clear on why you feel the way that you feel. You're not afraid to go inside your own cave and explore like something that you might be repressing or not wanting to sit with, how you feel, right? That was just a programming that somebody else like taught you how to feel that way about yourself, taught you to feel less than, taught you to feel not enough, taught you to compare yourself to another person, taught you to compare if you are worth more or worth less than another person when you are worth in and of itself. So it's like you're seeing the game that wants to be played, but you're not engaging in it. But then you're seeing how somebody else is engaging it, and you're just not engaging with it because you don't have to, because you have the choice, because you are God, source, spirit, universe in and of itself. And you have the choice not to go down that road with somebody. Not your circus, not your monkeys. You know what I mean? Somebody loves the distraction and the drama instead of looking at themselves. So your future self wants you to know that you're going to break past this fear of success. You're going to break past this rejection wound. There could be somebody that you feel rejected by this person. They were rejecting you because of what you bring out inside of them, because what they don't want to feel and what they don't want to see, and how you make them kind of feel vulnerable. Something about like somebody gossiping about you. Overcoming that. Trust broken trust with yourself. Broken trust in reverse. This is what I'm saying, trusting yourself. It's not trust that you have the ability to discern what's going on and how to pivot when you finally figure out what's going on. Yeah, fear of change in reverse. Your future self doesn't want you to fear this change that's coming. Or fear of the future, right? Fear of change, fear of the future, just, right? Unresolved grief in reverse. It's like you're afraid of the pattern repeating over and over again. You're afraid of not trusting yourself and leading yourself into something that you don't want it to be. Conditional love. You're going to unconditionally love yourself. That's what you're going to do. You're unconditionally love yourself. And how you're feeling and why you're feeling. It's okay to feel this way. I don't always like feeling this way, but is that something that I need to feel, or am I feeling that based on a thought that isn't actually the truth? It was just something that was programmed within me to think about myself because of the way that somebody fucking encouraged me to think about myself. Right? When you always had the clarity to see life for what it was and to see yourself for who you were, to see other people for who they were, just reflections of you. Reflections of the same soul, right? Wanting the same things, wanting love, right? Lack of boundaries. Boundaries with yourself. Seeing things for what they truly are. And then something about your future self wants you to know that you need some boundaries with yourself, and like how far you go into something sometimes. Like how far you kind of feed into some sort of habit, because you see something for what it is that is not the best for you, but then maybe you feel like drawn to it. But I feel like your future self wants you to know you're moving away from it anyways, because you already know that something just wants you to get swept up in it so that you forget who you are, so that you forget that you have the power to overcome something. Religious trauma. Yeah, you're healing. It's like something is like kind of like basically a religion at this point, and it's like that's kind of like it's like something is very dogmatic or something like that. When envy wound, somebody's doing something because they envy somebody else, and so they're trying to demonize somebody else. Because they have like a rigid, I don't know. They want to stay inside the lines, and they don't like that there are no lines. Like you're like, I don't have to stay inside the lines. Like the lines are made up. Like that's somebody else's art. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna color where I want to color. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's like, it has to be this way. This is the only way, and it's like. Okay, so now you're like telling other people like that's the way, the only way that it could be. The only way that it could ever be. Why is somebody trying to control that so hard? You know what I mean? Why is somebody... Because they're actually insecure? because they're actually disconnected from their true self, and they're having some sort of an awakening challenge, and they're something to do with wanting to control the narrative. And somebody could be having an identity crisis as well, and it's just like, or a fear of failure, so then they're trying to like demonize something or someone else to like other that other thing, so that they can be like, I'm the one right thing, and then it's just like, but everything is everything, so. Like somebody's trying to devalue what somebody else does. Because they're not seeing something clearly. It's like they're feeding into a victimhood mindset instead of empowering people to be able to discern what they need to discern whenever they need to discern it. And just like divide and conquer, divide and conquer, divide, 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 divide. So yeah, something about like spiritual bypassing. And like somebody's own self-concept, so then they have to tear somebody else down to be like, I'm superior and that's inferior, or look at them, they're this or they're that. And it's just like, it's like something is like the antithesis to what the truth actually is, and you can see it clearly. So don't doubt what it is that you're seeing. Seize the opportunity to understand that you are here to challenge traditions, and I'm getting never surrender, na, 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 na. And I'm also getting the other song that's like, there is freedom within, there is freedom without, try to catch the delusion of paper cup. So that's what somebody's trying to do. There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road when you're traveling with me. Hey now, this is from your future self. Don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. You know that they won't win. So it's like everywhere you look, on TikTok, on fucking everywhere, everyone's always trying to fucking build a wall between you and yourself, and you and the truth, and you and other people. You know what I mean? It's just like, just be aware of like where it is, and you know what I mean, where something started, or why you feel the way that you feel, and like that you just are aware of why somebody is the way that they are, and let yourself move on from that. And the confusion, where you get stuck on the confusion of like, what happened and what was that? Why the fuck do I feel like this? Why do I feel like that? It's like, yeah, throw chakra in reverse, feeling like you can't speak out about it, or that like the truth about something, that you don't know the truth, or like, is this an illusion? Am I lying to myself? Like, or am I, like, what's going on? They come to build a wall in between us, but you know that they won't win. So it's like something about that, like all these energies wanting you to fall into the trap of believing certain things that are disempowering to who you are as a soul, as a spirit. and you can see something for what it is. You can see many things for what it is. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make them any worse. It's just like where you're at right now. That's just what it is. And there's certain things that you're even being more aware of yourself, and your future self wants you to know, yeah, there's a battle ahead, and many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road when you're traveling with me, when you always come back to the self. Even when you're feeling trapped by something that you wish you weren't experiencing. Maybe right now you're experiencing financial loss or something like that, or being like seduced into a situation or feeling a certain way about someone because you're holding on to something, or someone's holding on to you, or you're holding out hope for something. And maybe like something stubborn. It's just like, yeah, because no one is perfect. We're all imperfectly perfect. No one is perfectly healed either. Someone wants to be, like, you know what I mean? Someone wants to be, instead of a guide in the trenches, someone wants to be like a sage on the stage. Like all-knowing, like superior. I'm getting like that the true power comes in humility. And because that's like vulnerability, because that's just like realness. Yeah, so somebody's just demonizing. It's like the truth of what you've been discerning, and you just surrendering to that is it's like going to be the end to some sort of inner conflict that you've been having about this situation. It has something to do with your inner child, or something that happened to you as a child. Certain things that happened that made you feel like opportunities were taken away, or people who were tactless, rude, hurtful. Or like something about your plans. Your future self wants you to know, yeah, certain things didn't happen at certain times because they weren't meant to happen yet. But that, hey now, don't dream it's over. They come to put a wall between us. But you know that they won't win. Because you're willing to face the wall where it came from and where the bricks were made, you know what I mean? And who fucking put that shit together? So don't dream it's over. Yeah, because you're being released. You're releasing yourself right now. That's what you've been doing. And that's what you continue to do. It's never just a done deal. It's just like being aware of what's going on. And what people are like, you know what I mean? And why you feel a certain way around certain people, and why you feel a certain way about how you act and how you don't act, and how you wish that you acted differently. And then you're training yourself one step at a time, one teacher at a time, how you want to act in certain situations. All of these experiences that are leading down this road, right? That are like, all these experiences are creating the road that you're walking on. Don't dream that it's over. It's all a part of this ride that you're on, right? Something about just a man recently. Who did something very selfish, or who was acting. So it's something to do with their past. Like, so something to do with their past is why they acted the way that they acted. Like clashing. You know what I mean? Something about them was clashing with your awareness. And something about what they were doing was actually something, reflecting back something that you're actually letting go of, that you've been made aware of. It was just another, yet again, an opportunity for you to be aware of something inside of yourself. So you see the pattern for what it is, and then you don't have to hold yourself in that confusion of trying to figure out what it was, because you know what it was, because you know what they were doing and what it reminded you of. And it just sucks, because it always did suck. And the way that you were made to feel confused and on the spot and in a fawn response, or in a flight, fight, freeze, or fawn response with people because of the way that they act. And then like feeling this guilt and confusion after the fact. Being like, what the fuck just happened? Did that just happen? Like, what the fuck? Did they just say that? Like, did they just spin that around? What the fuck is going on? Now I feel unsafe, so I feel unsafe. But it's like, so cultivating that safety within yourself. Okay, I hear you. You felt unsafe, so how are we going to act in the future around this person? Or what are we going to do? What steps are we going to do? What do you need from me? Self, what do you need from me? Reading your own inner hieroglyphics. What do I need? What is my ancient self, my true self trying to tell me? Right? So that I can get out of this cave and go back to the light. The light at the end of the tunnel. Like your freaking higher self and your future self wants you to know that something is going to be revealed very soon, where it's going to be like the light at the end of the tunnel. Connected to success. Yep. A choice that you're going to make based on your sincere feelings that is going to get you out of Dodge or get you moving forward, okay, into this big transformation that's happening, in healing your own heart and some sort of wound, to do with this, to do with a lover, to do with something that's felt out of alignment. It's like you're getting more and more into alignment. Your future self wants you to know that you're going to be in alignment in the near future, or in the future. Don't doubt it. Just don't doubt it. Yeah, there's always going to be things that are going to try to put a wall in between you and yourself to make you fucking doubt yourself. That is in and of itself the trauma, is to make you doubt yourself. There is freedom within, there is freedom without. Try to catch the deluge in a paper cup. There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road when you never give up. You'll never see the end of the road when you're traveling with me, when you always return to the self, right? Just keep on moving forward. I know it's freaking frustrating. I know it's frustrating. Of course I know it's frustrating. But you just can't give up on yourself, because your future self wants you to know that you are headed towards success and a beautiful life, right? That you're cultivating with each choice that you make, okay? And each thing from your past that you face, that you integrate. With each experience you have with people who remind you of people from the past. Which each uncomfortable moment where you're like, fuck, I fell back into this pattern. Well, that was a learning experience. Okay, so you're the star. You guys, your future self doesn't want you to give up hope, okay? Yep. You are headed towards balance. Your future self wants you to know that, like, you're going to be so pleased with, like, how your life turns out. Okay, something to do with your blocked creativity. That block is going to be removed. There's going to be some sort of balance that comes into your life that helps you move through that block and out to the other side, to find the light at the end of the tunnel of this darkness that you've been in terms of your own expression or your own creativity, right? Yeah, this feeling of trapped, like feeling like you can't do anything, or that you're, you know what I mean, that you're held back. It's like there's something. Your future self wants you to know that it's all for a purpose. What you're going through right now, it's all for a purpose. And then once you get through something, it's going to catapult you farther than you could have ever imagined. Confirmation, stability, prosperity, creativity. It's going to turn out so much better, right? Just right now, yeah, it's like you're in the tunnel right now. You're in the cave and you're like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to get out. Like, is it, like, can I trust? Like, I'm kind of doubting in it, because I'm afraid that the same thing in the past is going to keep on happening over and over and over again. But it's like, no, you're consciously making the change. So you need to just accept that you're consciously making the change. You are the power in and of itself. You're calling in change. You're making different choices. You're seeing through the bullshit, right? You're seeing your own bullshit and being like, I don't like how I fell into this, or I reacted in response to what I was reacting to, but thank you for the lesson. And then, you know what I mean? Thank you for the experience, self, because it's happening through me, for for me to learn about myself, I say thank you. So I know, okay, so next time I'm just going to get better and better and better. And that's how we learn, and that's how we grow. It's not just going to happen overnight. It's not like all of a sudden you're just perfect, right? None of this awakening has been like that, where it's like all of a sudden, okay, you're done, boom. No, it's like you keep on, you know what I mean? Before awakening, you carry wood, or you chop wood, you carry water. After awakening, you chop wood, you carry water. And you never give up on yourself. Because there's always people who have already given up on themselves, who have a lot to say, right? Who are disconnected from parts of themselves, who maybe abuse their power, or in response to things that they went through, do things to other people to make them feel like how they deep down inside are afraid that they feel, or that they don't want to face it, that's how they're made to feel. So then it's like they're playing tit for tat. You're not playing tit for tat. Not your circus, not your monkeys. You're feeling overwhelmed by things around you. But then it's just like, wait a second, that's not my circus. That's not my monkeys. Just keep your nose down and have patience for the things that you are doing, for the seeds that you've planted. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in. It's like believing in yourself so hard that you don't care if someone believes in you or not. This person doesn't even know you. These people, they don't even really know you. You know you though. Don't you know you? You know you. You're connecting with you. It's like, who cares what this person thinks? This person doesn't even know what they're doing or what they're choosing. This person is dealing with their own blocked creativity. This person is not happy with what they're doing, but they feel like that they need to do it to make somebody else happy. And there's something about a major choice, right? You have to trust this choice. I don't know if there's something that you trust this choice. Trust yourself. Trust that if you show yourself that love to make that choice, if you say, you know, I'm going to trust my vision here, and I'm going to trust that I'm going to trust myself so hard that the universe like rewards me for that trust, basically, or something like that. Your future self needs you to keep on pushing, because maybe you haven't had the success that you feel that you deserve, but you just need to keep on putting in that work. That's all. You just need to keep on trusting in yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Don't dream that it's over, okay? But there is something that is ending, this perpetual pattern of a broken heart. Okay? That is over. That nightmare is over, but don't dream that the dream that you always wanted and the dream you always dreamed of is over. You are dreaming. You are the dream. This life is a dream. You are dreaming right now. You are God in of itself, having a dream. So what is your dream going to be? What is your story going to be? Regardless of what anyone else is doing, how they're feeling, or what they believe. Someone is just lying to themselves, or it's like they're believing a lie. And it's almost like you've gone through something that someone's just going through, and then it's like you can just kind of see where they're going through, but it's still not your circus, and it's still not your monkeys. And you're not falling back into it. You don't have to. Okay, so there is a woman in your energy who's not happy, and she is deceitful. And she hides a lot. Like, she can't celebrate you. This person can't celebrate you. because she's still trying to just survive through something that she's going through, and then you can, and things are stalled, and she sees that some sort of success is happening for you, or that you've had some sort of success, and it makes her feel a certain way, and you pick up on this all. But don't hold on to it. The only reason why, don't hold on to it. Focus on the seeds that you planted in your own life. You already know what it is. You already see through it. I will make my way from you like flowers from a tomb, while you decide who you are. But I can see right through, like shadows on the moon. It's all bad news. Confirmation, the Seven of Swords. It's bad news. You already know someone is bad news. But it's not like you're saying that they're like the epitome of evil. They're a person who has gone through a lot of trauma, and they've escaped some sort of ruin, but they're still kind of living in the rubble. Maybe their fear is even coming true. Your future self wants you to know that what you fear isn't true. That's not what's being created, because you actually changed your trajectory by completing this cycle and facing the patterns that had you on a one-track mind till you lost your mind to find your soul. That's where I feel called to end this reading. I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.